represent Solinas Integrity today, and we are a IIT Madras-based startup, very young, trying to work something in the water and sanitation space for the cities. And this is a question that I want to ask all of you. How much water does an average Indian city lose every day in pipeline leakages and theft? The kind of water that we see getting wasted out of leaks in the pipeline, that gets contaminated and so on. Just random, like sort of, I want to do. Audience, raise your hands if you have the answer as 1, which is 0 to 10%. Just raise your hands. Okay, very few. I think people are aware that we lose a lot of water in the country, good. Second option, 10 to 25. Okay, more hands, more hands. 25 to 50%. Almost everybody. More than 50%. Again, very few. I think that's how the curve generally goes by. And the sad part is that this number is actually beyond 50%. And that is so wrong to even think about it, given the water crisis that we have with us. Like cities like Chennai are drought hit. More than 40% of the cities in Tamil Nadu are drought hit. And we're still not doing enough about saving water. And that's where we want to come in. So we have developed a technology that can go inside any pipeline above 70 mm in diameter, which is as small as this, and can pinpoint exactly where the problem is in terms of leaks, contamination, defect, gaskets leaking, and all of that. At the same time, it can also do very strong condition assessment of how the pipeline is, which means that if cities have to take a call on whether what percentage of their pipelines need to be replaced, conventionally they would replace the entire city pipelines, which would take a lot of time, have millions of dollars of cost, and yet they would not really know whether the replacement has happened properly or not. So that's where we come in. Imagine a road, right, where somewhere like contamination complaint has come in. What does a city official generally do? They would generally try to localize which area the contamination complaint could be coming from. They would dig at multiple places, block the roads, traffic jams. We all would have seen it, right? We want to solve for that. We want to ensure that the assets are well maintained, the decisions that we take are data driven, and we are able to save water and solve contamination problems within a couple of hours. So I just want to show how this thing looks like. I'll play this video for 30 seconds and then we'll move forward. We have a range of solutions for this. We have worked in various states so far. You can see this eye inside the pipeline. We're able to see the illegal connections that have come through, the walls that have come out, the leaks, that contaminations that through which that are happening in the pipeline. It also has a pan and tilt feature, where you're able to see the gaps within the pipeline joints that are there. Because a lot of times what happens is when you join multiple pipes, you don't really know whether these pipelines have been joined properly or not. And there's a lot of seepage issue that happens through. This is another issue that we found, because when multiple kind of pipes are being laid, the existing pipelines get corroded and there's a leak in that. This is actually a water pipeline, by the way. The kind of scaling that has happened in the pipeline, this is the water that we drink. I'll not go a lot, but yeah. So that's how we are essentially able to inspect the pipelines and give very specific quantitative input to the corporations on what decisions they need to take. This is some snapshot from the field. The key impact that we try to see here is, of course, on the cost saving, environmental solution, social impact. And what we've seen very quantifiably is that for every kilometer of inspection that we do, we end up saving about 600,000 liters of water every day, which is quite huge. At the same time, we save about 7 lakh rupees for the municipalities, approximately, can be more, in just the digging and labor cost, in the way that we are able to reduce the number of digs that they will do in identifying a contamination point or a leakages. This is a testimonial from our project in Coimbatore that have been running for like 4 months now. So this was one part of the solution, which was on water. We have a solution for sanitation as well. And that's where we feel that we're able to cover both the aspects and fit in this conference in somehow. And we've seen this solution for, we have heard about the problem of manual scavenging a lot. What are we doing about it? So we have developed India's first septic tank cleaning robot. There are solutions for sewer line cleaning, but for septic tanks, we have developed the first solution. And it is modular for both industrial as well as personalized septic tanks. The way that we are able to do a business model around it is that we are giving this to the Safai Karmchari groups who are there, and they will own the sort of asset. They will, instead of doing it manually, they are now doing it through machine. They are earning twice the livelihood, 3 times faster cleaning than earlier, and hence we are able to create a circular economy around it. This is just our go-to-market and the kind of contacts that we've been able to get so far. We have worked with various state governments, all the large O&M contractors. We have done one pilot or the other with them. So they trust our work. We have proven our solution on the field. This is our team from IIT Madras, trusted partners. We have won some awards. All of that is fine. But I think the biggest reason for me why I'm doing the work that I'm doing is this. The solution that we've created for septic tank was my final year project at IIT Madras. And I have failed a lot in the 1 year that I've tried to create a solution for this. This was when I created the prototype that had almost worked, and there are manual scavengers who were there. I was trying to explain what we're trying to do. From then to being awarded by the PM for best award, the best project at IIT Madras. 2, this doesn't stop here. Wait a minute. 2, doing this, where last month we did the first commercial entity of this septic tank cleaning robot. We gave it to the lady Nagamma, who was the leader of a self-help group that is now doing the advocacy against